Oh, and another shortish delivery just pulled away by Sachin Emirates. It will go all the way over the man at deep mid wicket for 6 runs. So a good looking shot by young Emirates. He moves on now to 12. I'm surprised, I said early on, to see him coming so late to bat. He's a quality young player. As we can see Jonathan again. This delivery is on the line of the leg stump, and Sachin Emirates is working it into the onside for a single. So that will complete the 21st over. It's 99 for 8. And that's another boundary for young Sachin Emirates as he cuts that one away backward of point and into the boundary for 4. So he's raced on to 17. Here is a delivery pitched up on outside the line of the off stump, and he's driving it along the carpet through that cover region. It will beat the man at short cover and go close to the boundary. In the end, they'll only get through for 2. Here is Bossier, and this delivery on the line of the leg stump. Emirates trying to get a quick single as he works that one to backward square. Unable to get through as the man at backward square gets in pretty sharply. Here's this one pitched up outside the line of the off stump, and Sachin Emirates is driving yet again out to the boundary as the man on extra cover. It's Mark Mason. He runs in and does the fielding. So 106 for 8. Two deliveries left in the over as Alexander, he'll face up now to Aaron Bossier. As he runs in, passes the umpire, back of a length delivery. It's punched into the offside as the man at short cover gets around as the feeling with his boot. He was still thinking about the single as it went away from Jonathan Daniel, but in the end they did the safest option by remaining at their crease. Here is Bossier yet again. This final delivery, it's coming off the inner half of the bat of Alexander, and it will go to the man at short mid wicket for no run. So that will complete the 22nd over. It's 106 for 8.
Jonathan Daniel, he's continuing from the media center and he's bowling to Sachin Emirates. This one is pitched up, played straight to the man at short cover for a dot. Sachin Emirates, he's on 20 of 14, so he's finally got going in this Davis Cup. He had a poor first game for TRISLY, but he's picking it up here in the second game. This one is pitched up outside the off stump and a lovely shot. Not a man moved. That will run into the boundary, and he moves on to 24. 110 for 8. They need a lot more where that came from. 127 required from 46 deliveries. 16.57 is the required run rate.
It's a no ball signal by the umpire. So Sachin Emrit will have the license to go here with this one. There is Jonathan Daniel to bowl the free hit delivery. And Emrit is hitting this one. It probably will go over the man at long on as Sean Crooks. It goes all the way for 6. So a lovely looking shot by the young Sachin Emrit. Disappointed to see him coming in so late. He's already on to 30. So, and he's only faced 17 deliveries. He's operating at a strike rate of 176 with 3 4s and 2 6s as this delivery. He's cutting this one backward of point. They attempt for 2 and he will get there comfortably as the throw comes in from the man on the extra cover boundary. Young Sachin Emrit looking quite well here tonight. Probably should have either opened the batting or bat at number 3. He's a top order batsman. Here is him, and this delivery is playing it into the offside quite nicely. Good thinking from this young cricketer. He realized that was the second to last delivery, and he just took a quick single after getting that 6 and the 2. So good thinking by the young man. He seems to have a good head on his shoulder. Here is Daniel again, and this one is pitched up, and Alexander is driving that one down to the man at long on. It's Justin Thompson. They won't test his arm, and attempt for the second. It will remain 1, and that will complete the 23rd over. It's 121 for 8. There's Boss here to continue. He'll be bowling to Alexander as this delivery is pushed into the offside. They go through for a very quick single, so good calling from these two.
A lot on this young man's shoulders, Sachin Emrit. He's performing very well. He's on 33. Alexander is doing well himself, getting Sachin Emrit back on strike. Smart cricket on his part, as Emrit is 33 from 20 deliveries with 3 boundaries and 2 maximums. Bossier continuing to Emrit. This one short. Emrit is backing away and pulling that one to the man at short mid wicket. Uses his foot and stops that one. They get back. They just get through for 1. Brings Alexander back on strike. He's not a slouch with the bat. He could rotate the strike. Not a big hitter of the ball, but he can definitely do what the team needs him to do. 23.3 overs gone. 123 for 8. Bossier continuing, this time to Alexander. This time outside the off stump. A dot ball, not what they needed. 2 deliveries remain. Emrit is going to want to be on strike for the start of the next over. Alexander is playing that one over the man at mid-off. They turn and Emirates is coming back for two. It'll be close in the end, but easily he gets back to a quick two there. Moves Alexander onto four. 125-8. One delivery remains. So as I said, Alexander not a big hit of the ball. He goes aerial and gets it over the man at mid-off. That one off the thigh, off the pad of Alexander. Ends the over with a dot. 125 for 8. A change in bowling from the media center end. We see Nielsen, he comes back into the attack. He replaces Jonathan Daniel, who bowled 2 overs for 26 runs. Nielsen's figures 4 overs, 27 runs, no wickets. As you see him, he has the 19-19 on his back. Looks like he wants a bit of rum. Sachin Emrit facing him up over the man at a cover point. They come back for 2 in the end easily. Good running by Emrit and Alexander. Just what they need. Emrit needs to face most of the deliveries with only 5.5 overs remaining. A partnership of 40, so an excellent 10th wicket partnership here. Sorry. An excellent 9th wicket partnership on my part. And that one is an educated edge to the man at short third man. And he goes down and he misses that one. Alexander will turn and come back for 3 easily in the end. So good running by these two. Poor fielding by Fatima. The score moves on to 130 for 8. Partnership of 43. They require 107 more runs to win. It's a bit unlikely, but they can still have hope with these two at the crease, especially Emirates, who's on 39. Would love to see this youngster get a 50 in this edition of the 2019 Davis Cup. Alexander playing that one through the covers, but the man Kwesi Fornelia is there, and it's a direct hit. They're going to get another overthrows off the stump. Wonderful fielding. Unfortunate for Fornelia that it hit the stump. They come back for 2. Alexander moves on to 6. 132 for 8. Some excitement to end the game. We lost a good bit of viewers with that internet disruption. We would like to apologize on behalf of Club Cricket TT. Alexander playing that one straight back to Nielsen, a dot ball. Required run rate of 19.69. It's, I would say, out of reach for a long time now is this TRISLY team, as Fatima are just bowling out the overs. They would like to get those 2 quick wickets so they can get in the bar quicker. As Alexander is playing a lovely on drive. That one straight back down the ground. We see the man misfielding that one, but Crooks is able to pick up his slack. 2 runs nonetheless. One delivery remains in the 25th over. Alexander is on 8. Emirates is on 39. 134 for 8. A dot ball to finish, so not a bad thing for the TRISLY, as Emirates would be on strike to face the next over. Kwesi Fornelia, the new man, into the attack. He normally bowls a bit of medium pace, but he's a bit injured in his shoulder at the moment, so he will be coming into the attack to bowl, looks like off spin. Sachin Emrit moves on to 41 with that 2 in the previous delivery. As he's sweeping, this time hitting him on the pad and running out to the fine leg fielder for a dot. 3 deliveries gone in the 26th over. (101 runs required. 22.44 is the required run rate. In fact, it's leg spin that Kwesi Fornelia is throwing down to Sachin Emrit at the striker's end. Sachin Emrit pulling that one out to the man at deep mid-wicket. It would only be 1. Well fielded in the end. He gets through. He moves on to 42. Partnership reaches 50. So a wonderful 9-wicket partnership for these two. It was much needed. We would have liked to seen this a lot earlier from the TRISLY outfit tonight. As I think Sachin Emrit, Keston had mentioned earlier, he's a top order batsman, maybe opening the batting or batting at number 3. He can definitely do the job that they need. A dot ball to finish the 26th over, 137 for 8.
Nielsen to bowl his second delivery in the over. A short delivery, Emrit unable to get contact with that one. Goes by to be taken by the keeper. There is Nielsen yet again. This delivery, Emrit is hitting it over the man at short backward square, and it will go into the boundary for 4. So a good looking shot. He picked the slower ball and he had to hit it a bit square. He probably wanted to hit that one mid-wicket, but in the end he realized it was a slower ball and had to hit it behind square for 4. He moves on to 46 of 31 deliveries. 4 4s and 2 6s is 41 for 8. Nielsen has been a bit expensive here tonight. He's bowled 5.3 overs and none for 40 so far. Here is Nielsen to Emrit. This delivery is driving outside the line of the off stump as the man at backward point runs around and does the fielding. A 1 run taken. He moves on now to 47. Delivery coming off the bottom half of the bat, but it will squeeze past the man at backward point as they come through for 2 runs. So we finally see a Colt in this tournament putting their hand up and really showcasing their talent. Young Sachin Emrit has done that tonight with the bat. This final delivery from Nielsen is driven straight to the man at a short cover and a no run. So that will complete Nielsen's spell. He bowled his 6 overs for 43 runs, no wickets. So that's the end of him. He will go into the outfield now as we see Kwesi Fornelia to continue from the Bryan Lara Pavilion end. His first delivery from Fornelia to Emrit outside the line of the off stump as he allows it to be taken by the keeper. He's played fantastically well here tonight and he will desperately want that 50 as we see this one from Fornelia. Pitched up delivery outside the line of the off stump and Emrit is driving that one straight to the man at short cover. Here is him yet again to face up from Fornelia. Short and wide delivery that he's cutting out to the man on the extra cover boundary. He'll get the single. So 145 for 8 is the score. It brings Alexander to the strike. These two are involved in a 58-run partnership. The best of the innings so far.
Would have liked to see young Sachin Emrit face up against the likes of Ricardo Patti and Sean Crooks. As we see Alexander hitting that one over the head of Fornelia down to the boundary. Emrit turns and comes back for an easy 2 in the end. But as I was saying, I would love to see Sachin Emrit come in early and face up some quality bowling from Ricardo Patti and Sean Crooks.
Yeah, he definitely would have enjoyed that, and it would have shown us a bit more about his technique and his temperament as a young cricketer. As we can see this one from Fornelia, back of a length delivery that is punched into the offside by Alexander, straight to the man at short cover for no run. One delivery left in this over, the 28. Here is Fornelia again. This delivery is driven straight to the man at a short cover and no run. So that will complete the 28 over. It's 147 for 8.
Justin Thompson, the centurion of today, he is coming into the attack to bowl the second to last over of the TRISLY inning. 147 for 8. Emrit is too shy of his first 50 of the tournament. Would love to see him get it as he batted extremely well coming in at as he came in at a bad stage in the game. Sachin Emrit playing that one straight to the man at point. A dot ball to start Thompson's first over. Sachin Emrit missing out on a low full toss. That could have been the opportunity to get his 50 in that ball. I'm sure he will still get it in the end. He needs to calm those nerves. I remember when I was on 48 and back in 2013, I hit the ball straight up in the air. My partner told me, run, they're not going to catch it. And he did drop it and I got through for 2. Emirates this time trying to pull that one. Rushed a bit for pace. I don't think it was the length to be able to pull. Straight back to the bowler. Third dot of the over. A lovely shot there by Sachin Emirates. A touch of class. That one beating the two men at third man and backward point. He raises his bat for his first 50 of the 2019 Davis Cup. Keston.
Yeah, fantastic knock by this young left-handed batsman. He brings up his 52 from 39 deliveries, 5 fours and 2 massive sixes. He's operating at a strike rate of 133.33. I'm really can't understand why he didn't bat in the first 5, but he clearly showed his talent here tonight, and I am sure that in the next match we're going to see him probably in the top 3 for the TRISLY team.
Definitely, Keston, as we see Thompson continuing for his 50 delivery, played to Emirates, just defended away. No need to give away a wicket now with only 7 balls remaining in the inning. Just bat it out and get a Reading next to your mark. Build that average.
Yeah, you need to stay not out because it's really been a fine knock despite the poor performance from the TRISLY team here tonight. As he just tickles that one into the offside. They get through for the quick single in the end as Alexander just makes it home. So that's the end of the 29th over here. It's 152 for 8. Final over to be bowled by Fornelli, and this delivery, it's short and wide. Emirates is cutting that one straight to the man at backward point. He doesn't feel that he gets in the return. Sorry, the keeper was unable to gather, and in the end, Emirates comes through for 2 in after the misfield. So 2 runs to start the final over. Emirates moves on to 55. A really good display of batting here tonight. Oh, as this one is pulled away by young Emirates down to the man on the backward square boundary as it goes into the ropes now for 4. So a poor bit of feeling by, it seems to be Nexa on the backward square boundary. And he gives away a needless boundary to this young Sachin Emirates.
Partnership moves on to 71, so a lovely partnership by these two. Alexander playing the supporting role, he's on 12. A wonderful innings from him as Fornelli is bowling his leg breaks to Emirates. A dot ball to the man at cover. Two deliveries remain, in which was a thrashing by the Fatima Old Boys team against TRISLY. A good thing that came out of it. A Colt, Sachin Emirates getting the first 50 for the Colts in this year's Davis Cup. He is moving on to 60. He moves on to 60. Final delivery of this encounter in the 8th match of the Davis Cup. Join us again tomorrow night as we see the 9th game being played. As Alexander is playing that one straight up in the air. The man at mid-on comes around and an easy catch. He gives away his wicket on the last ball. It does not matter in the end. He goes. That's the end of the match. That's the end of tonight's fixture. Like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon to know when we go live. Thank you for your support once more. Have a pleasant good night. We'll see you all again tomorrow.